Hey everybody, it's David here from Tarot Avenue, and today I wanted to just talk about this new exercise that I've put together, and I'm calling it the Better Than Yesterday Tarot Exercise. So you can head over for full details about this. You can head over to my website, tarotavenue.com/yesterday. tarotavenue.com/yesterday. We'll have all the details about how to make this work for you, but I wanted to give a bit of a live demo here in terms of how this could work for you. So I was inspired by this because I was listening to a podcast, and I'm pretty sure it was Oprah's Super Soul Conversations, which I love. I can't remember the guest, unfortunately. I'd love to give credit, but she was talking about how in this day and age, everybody's striving for perfection. Everybody wants to be perfect, and it's just really unobtainable, and unrealistic to expect to be perfect all the time, or ever actually. One of the things that she said that she does is check in terms of, she questions herself, am I better than I was yesterday? Because I think that's the thing, as long as we're growing, as long as we're expanding, and if we're improving on where we were the day before, then that has to be a good thing. So of course I always like to incorporate tarot with everything that I do. So I developed this little exercise in terms of how we can ask tarot if we can ask ourselves if we're better, but tarot can then kind of confirm and help us and help guide us towards that higher potential, or towards the best version of ourselves as well. So, what I want you to do is at the end of each day, I want you to just take some time out to reflect and to ask yourself, am I better than I was yesterday? So, it's not a case of, am I perfect? Was this day amazing? You just want to really ask yourself, am I better than I was yesterday? Now, I don't want you to ask the tarot that. I want you to ask yourself, because there needs to be a certain level of self-awareness in there. So now also, don't beat yourself up if the answer is no, because it's also unrealistic if we can expect to be better every single day. But I think this exercise will help us get to a point where we're being more aware and making more conscious choices to guide us towards that growth and empowerment as well that comes with that. So you ask yourself, am I better than I was yesterday? If the answer to that question is yes, well, then what I want to do is first draw a card and ask what helped. So I've drawn one, and that I picked the Five of Pentacles, which is an interesting one because a lot of people would often think, oh my goodness, the Five of Pentacles, not a very nice card. However, I see lots of kind of strength in that card as well, and lots of positive things. I really do in any card. There's positives and negatives. So what helped? Now, what I see when I look at this card is two people that are, they're going through a bit of a tougher time, but they're really helping each other. So this would say to me, if I were doing this for me, and in terms of, am I better than yesterday? If the answer was yes, what helped? I would say it's really about kind of community. It's really about joining with others, about helping other people, and just really about kind of keeping moving. If you look at the two characters in the card, they're moving, they're working together, and they're not giving up. They haven't like crumbled and just collapsed into a heap. They're still going. So I think what helps is just that fact of working with others, helping other people, and just to keep faith as well. There's a real I always feel there's a real sense of faith with this card as well. And then the next question that we ask is, well, what successes should I celebrate? Because I think it's also good to reflect on all the good things that we have in our life as well. And we often forget about that. We often think about the things that we don't have. So this is an opportunity to think about the good things in your life and what successes should you celebrate. And for this, I drew the Six of Cups. And this is a lovely card for me because it just would say to me, so I guess you could also look at this of what do I need to be grateful for? But what I see here is community. I see harmony, I see care, I see love, I see friendship even, so it actually ties in quite nicely with the Five of Pentacles as well, because it really is saying there's such a feeling of them coming through that Five of Pentacles moment to the Six of Cups moment, where there's a real sense of joy and sharing and giving. And so this would say to me, well, what's to celebrate is that lovely community that you built around you, your friends, your family, the love that is surrounding you, and the love that you are able to give to others as well. So quite a nice card. And then we move on to, if you get to the stage where the answer is no, and as I say, please don't beat yourself up if that's the case, because this can happen, and it is very realistic. It will happen. I will even go as far as to say. So then when we get to that stage, if it is a no, we maybe want to ask ourselves, right, well, what did we miss? In terms of, so what did I miss? Maybe what could I have done differently? So just that's when we ask the tarot to show us what it is that we could have done differently, that could have made that no a yes. And for this one, I pulled the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man for me is about taking a bit of time out. It's about turning problems on their head, and maybe taking a bit of a different approach, taking a breather as well. So in terms of what did I miss, I wonder if there's a situation that perhaps I was just too quick to react, was just jumping into something, or maybe even just kind of pushing ahead with something that I just knew wasn't working, or I knew wasn't going to be right. It was a case of just trying to get to that end result without really listening to my soul or listening to my intuition that was guiding me. So I think it's about, I should have taken a breather. I should have taken time out, maybe done a meditation, something like that, instead of just going through. And also there's something incredibly conscious about this card and mindful. So I wonder if I should have been more mindful in my day and actually taken care to make the best decisions rather than just pushing through. So that's food for thought with that one. And then I always like an action card as well in any kind of tarot spread or any exercise. So then what I want to look at now is, well, what should I do tomorrow? Because it's a case of, well, okay, we've reflected on what we could have done differently or what we missed. Now, what can we do tomorrow? What's going to be a good thing to do? And then I get the Ten of Swords there as well. So for me, this actually really lovely tying in with that, because it's a reminder there that you just need to let things go. There's a real sense of surrender with the Ten of Swords. There's no point fighting against it. If you fight against it, it's going to be really painful. But if you look, there's a lovely kind of sunrise coming up in the background on the horizon there. So the sun is coming up, but I just feel like it's a time to release, to let go, to forget about the day before. Don't beat yourself up about, oh, it was a no, it should have been a yes, I should be growing every day, and to really think, okay, now that today is a new day. And because every day, I mean, you should really be approaching every day like it's a new day, and just casting off the shackles of the past, really, and another reminder to live in the present there, and don't let all that baggage from the past kind of weigh you down and hurt you. It's time to, I almost feel as well when I see this card, it's like a snake kind of shedding its skin, and I think there's a chance for rebirth and a chance for new growth and new opportunity this day. So it's approaching every day with a fresh perspective and with an optimism that is going to be a really good day. And then the last thing that I wanted to ask, because obviously you will either have a yes or no there, but the last thing, and I think you should ask this if you've had either result, is just, what is my higher purpose? And this is just a real kind of check-in, and this could change, from day to day. When you draw this card, it can change, and I think it's just a case of giving you little clues about what your purpose is, because yes, we all have purpose, but it might be that you have to do different things at different times to actually get to that purpose. So I want you to have a think about this one. And I got the Page of Pentacles when I drew this in terms of my higher purpose. So the Page of Pentacles for me is really about kind of learning. He's a real student. He's very kind of grounded, but there's also a real sense of learning new things and expanding your horizons as well. However, I always see these little pentacles as kind of seeds of opportunity. And I feel like, in terms of, if I'm thinking my higher purpose, it's potentially to help other people to grow as well. And that's where I want to go with my tarot reading. It's like, yes, I want to help people plant seeds in their own lives so they can experience growth, but I also want to help other tarot readers to grow their businesses, because I think the more people out there that are reading tarot, the better for the world. I genuinely believe that, and for themselves or for others, but I specifically want to help other tarot readers grow their businesses. So I feel like that could be relevant to me in that case, but you will find your own thing there. So there you have it. I hope that's a fun little exercise. I hope it is useful. Don't forget to head over to tarotavenue.com/yesterday, and you will see lots of other kind of tarot spreads and tarot exercises and tarot forecasts and all sorts over there. So I hope to see you over there soon. I wish you all the best. Speak soon. Bye.